Hi guys, okay, this training video is going to cover Zillow, and this is something that the agents use to help get reviews and kind of increase their chances of somebody choosing them, because if they see them on Zillow with a good review, then it could bring some business their way. So let me show you what we're doing here. So first of all, this is the drive folder that we have all their information in, and the ones you're going to be using here is the bio description information. I already did it for this particular agent, but the document that you will create is just a Word document, and I just want to see what they have for their bio information, so that way when I go to update it, I can update it all at the same time. So that's really simple. And then the other ones that I have in here, the information from the agent, they do give me all their branding stuff. So Clifford, when you get to this part, this is kind of the feel and the look that the agents put together. So for Jeff, it's this, and for different agents, it's going to look a little bit different. And this is the part for the reviews and the testimonials. This is an example of the screenshot from Zillow that I want you to get. And this is the Excel spreadsheet that you'll be using to add in the information. And then finally, you've got the social graphics. And this is where you'll drop those JPEG files once they are created. So let's take this step by step. So the first step in this process, and let me see where I put this. The first step is to copy the About Us information. That's really simple. It's just a copy and paste. So this is their Zillow page. For this particular agent, there's actually 2 team members. So we would want the information for both. And on the About Us, you just want to make sure that you click the More, so that way you're getting all the information, and then it's just a simple copy and paste onto that document. And then for Jeff's, it's the same thing. Just make sure that you have all the information there, and you'll just copy and paste it onto that document. And that's really all you need to do for step 1. Step 2 is to use that Zillow Excel spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet, and there's 2 types of information you're going to put in here. First is information for properties that have already closed, and for those you're going to have a date closed date right here. And then there's some other ones that they are currently active, which means that they are for sale. They have not sold yet. So for those just use the word active under the date closed. And then for all of them, I want you to put yes in this file here. Don't worry about these columns. That's for something else. You are just going to be filling in the information right in here. So these 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. And here's where you find that information. So when you go to their Zillow account, and you'll do it for each agent, okay? So you just come down here, and you'll have active listings, and there's 19. And let me see, let me just double check. And active listings 12. So you want to make sure you get all of them. There might be some duplicates here, but we can pick those up later, unless you notice that there is a duplicate, because they are on the same team. So you come here, and you'll just start with the address, and you really don't need to open anything up. So let me go ahead and put this side by side. And you'll notice that if it's listed here, then they are listings. So they are representing the seller in this case. So anything that is an active listing, they are representing the seller. And then all you would do is put the address in here. Okay, so for that one, that's what it's going to look like. They are representing the seller because it's their listing. This is the property address. It's an active listing, And yes, it is in Zillow. So you would do that for every single property that's on these 4 pages for active listings. And then the same thing on Jeff's. And like I said, there might be some duplicates here. So if you notice it, you don't have to put it in twice. But don't worry if you do put it in twice, because we'll just sort it and then remove the duplicates later. So that's the active listings. Then you're going to go down to the past sales. And when you get here, once again, you don't have to open anything up. All the information you need is right here. So you would start here. So this one, Cowan Mill Road, they represented the seller. And this one for Chris Street, they represented the buyer. And then so it's going to tell you everything that you need. So let's start with that first one. They represented the seller. Input the address. And then input the sold date. And yes, it's on Zillow. And then let's go down to the next one. They represented the buyer. Input the address. And it sold on the 5th. And yes, it's in Zillow. And then you can go on to the next one. Once again, they represented the buyer. And that's the sale date. And yes, it's on Zillow. So you just keep going down for every single property, and then just make sure you go to every single street that's here. So that's what you do for filling in the database. The next step is the ratings and reviews. So in this one, it's a simple copy and paste. So right here, take screenshots of the ratings and review. You can use whatever program you want to be able to do that. If you have Apple, it's really easy, but on this one, you're just going to kind of take it within the lines here. You want to cut it sort of close and take a copy of it, and then you're going to drop this into that folder, the reviews and testimonials folder, and then just make sure that it's in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take that and drop it into an actual graphic. So that's all there is to that part of it. You just want to make sure, just like with this, that you're seeing the whole thing. So if you get to one that says more on the bottom, like this, just make sure you open it up and get the whole thing. Very simple, just like that, because that shows us that it was a real testimonial. And then the next part is where Clifford will come up and create some graphics. And I'll do another quick video for Clifford on that one. So that's it. Pretty simple on this one. See you in the next training.